Ancient Rome produced one of the greatest ideas of all time, tribunes of the people. These are exactly what the world needs now. Rome thought up a political idea that threatened to change the world. The Romans dared to give a powerful voice to the poor. This voice belonged to the tribunes of the people. These tribunes were so powerful that they were able to challenge the Senate and the established patrician order. For decades, the Roman Republic was convulsed by the war between the tribunes and the Senate, between the plebeians and the patricians. The solution Rome arrived at to resolve this chaos was the Roman Empire, led by the supreme patrician, the emperor. But the solution it ought to have arrived at was the Roman tribuneship, led by the tribunes and having complete authority over Rome. Imagine the poor running Rome rather than the rich. Democratic Athens was the only other place in the ancient world where the poor were empowered and the rich put in their place. But that was an unstable solution, and rich oligarchs often seized power again in Athens. Today's USA is patrician society, led by the very rich. The USA would be drastically different if it were led by tribunes. Let's imagine an America without the President, Congress, and the Supreme Court. Let's replace all of that with a new Senate, composed of 100 tribunes, 2 for each state. These tribunes are a meritocratic round table. They take all executive decisions for America. They are supported by a new Supreme Court, composed of the USA's 9 top philosophers, not lawyers. The court's task is to uphold the philosophical direction of the USA, based on the power of the people, true democracy. In ancient Rome, the tribunes should have taken over. Francis Galassi wrote, "The 2 tribunes were made personally inviolate. You could not touch them, never mind kill them, and their intervention in legislative and policy matters had to be accepted under penalty of capital punishment." In principle, this almost transformed Rome into a tribune-led dictatorship. In practice, that never happened. The tribunes could be managed, flattered, bribed. The richer ones could be eased into the ranks of the aristocracy simply by introducing them to other aristocrats, helping them strike business deals, helping them with loan and credit transactions, guaranteeing their solvency, and similar methods. If all else failed, they could be offered a patrician daughter in marriage. Co-opted tribunes may well have thought in terms of their duty to protect the interests of the poor, but this became ever more difficult as the Senate refined its ability to draw the tribunes toward itself. America needs a tribune-led dictatorship, but these must be the most unimpeachable, least corrupt people in the USA. The rich will try everything to bring them over to the dark side, as Rome proved.